Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Agent 3000 Part 3. My name is Christy Denny's, and we're going to be going over the upgrade portion of Agent 3000 starting on miamirealtor.com. How do you access Agent 3000? You scroll down to the middle of the page, giving Miami Gateway a little click. From there, you can move on into putting in your username and your password. That'll give you access to all of your icons. We're going to click on the Miami Gateway. From here, you're then able to access Agent 3000. This is what the upgrade looks like. Some of the features we want to talk about is you want to make sure that you have your branding in place. Make sure that you move into your settings button, give that a little click, and update your information. Inside of your profile section, you want to add in all of your details like your name, real estate company, office address of your real estate company. Moving in and adding in the office phone, your cell phone number would be the direct phone, email, and website. Finish this section off by giving Save Account Profile a little click. From there, our next option is we want to toggle into logo. Giving that a little click will allow you to choose your logo file. You want to finish that by selecting your image and clicking on Upload. The next section over, this is your profile photo. You want to make sure that you choose your file and you load your photo so that everything that had to do with Agent 3000, all of the branding has your information. Notifications is an additional field that the upgrade brings. Any of the leads that you can receive from Agent 3000 will be available in your system. You're able to check off and allow the system to email you every 24 hours in the morning an overview of all of the leads that came in the last 24 hours. If you're more of a text person, you're able to add in your cell phone number and any of the texts that come in that happen to be leads, you will be receiving them. Some of the leads that you can get is a listing alert leads, detail leads, contact page, instant home valuation form leads, and my landing page leads. Now, in order for you to receive these notifications, you are required to have a Twilio account to send the notifications to yourself via text. In order for you to set that up, there's a button at the bottom that says here, and you're able to add in your full name, your cell phone number, your account, your authorized tokens, and your authorized phone. Now, Twilio is an outside resource that's available that shake hands with Agent 3000. You have Twilio.com that's available here so that you can create an account and purchase a phone number. Once you click on here, you're able to contact them and they can go over pricing. I believe pricing is available on the top right so that you can review. All right. You can do text, you can do WhatsApp, you can have conversations. I think text message is one of the greatest ways to communicate with your consumers. Why? Let me click on dashboard. It has the largest open rate. Now, aside from you receiving the text messages, if you do not have the Twilio account and don't want to have that additional expense, the system will still email you any of the leads that you received within the last 24 hours. You can always come back into your dashboard and recheck those. So as they come in, you'll have access to your lead board. From here, it'll tell you how you got that lead on your website. You have the IDX registration, IDX listing views, listing alert leads, listing detail request form, contact page leads, instant home valuation form leads, and landing pages. So from here, top right-hand corner, I have my website already and available for you guys to see. From here, I'm going to show you where somebody can click so that you can generate that lead. One of the places they can go is they can go into your contact information. So they can click on contact and get in touch with you. They can add in their first name, email, phone number, and send you a message, and you will receive that lead. Another way that they can receive that lead is on the home page. As they move through here, if they're interested in additional details, let me show you what you got on the bottom. You have property alerts. If someone would like to sign up to receive property alerts based on property criteria, they can get listing alerts directly from you and you can receive that lead. If they're interested in a CMA, you have a section that says home valuation, and they're able to go ahead and sign up for that and receive home valuations for you. That's them asking you for a CMA. The most important reason why we have websites is still the property search. So if they engage with your property search, either on the top left-hand corner or within your website, they can click and you can receive their leads in certain different ways. So for example, if they decide to save a search, in saving a search, they're going to be able to create an account from within your website and you can receive that lead. On the top right-hand corner, if they decide to create an account to unlock full access, they will also send you over a lead. If they decide to do more than 5 searches on my particular website, I have set it up to capture a lead. If the person is interested in a particular property and they request information on it, that's another way that you can receive a lead. If someone's interested in scheduling an appointment to see a property from your website, that's another way that you can receive a lead. Who sends the leads? So these leads, you capture it by advertising your website. If someone happens to come to your website to search and review, the system will lead capture. That's up to us, of course, to do that additional step of marketing our website. Any of those leads that you capture, so any of the individuals who visit your website to obtain that information, will feed into your lead board. Any upcoming tasks will also be available on your dashboard so that you can keep up with any of the options or any of the tasks that you need to do. Any birthdays and anniversaries will also be available here so you can keep up with your contacts and your consumers. These can be new customers, past customers, friends and family. Any upcoming calendar events that you have scheduled, like an open house, a networking event, you can manage your time all from your CRM. And then towards the bottom, we're able to find listings that are active. So we know more or less what is the inventory of active listings based on a zip code. So I have here 33160 is North Miami Beach. There's about 609 active listings from May 21st to June 20th with an average price of $764,954. You're able to preview all of these, or you're able to kind of type in where you're interested in looking, 33166. This is Miami Springs. My average price is $281, and I can change the range of time. So let's say I just want to see what's happening today. I guess I don't have enough data. So let's do the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, there's 40 listings. 161,302. Now, aside from active listings, you're also able to look at communities. So if you have a particular community in mind, here's Opera Tower. It'll give you the number of listings and the average price point. On the right-hand side, you have sold listings. So it's basically the same capabilities, but instead of looking at active inventory, you're looking at sold. So this is a great way to keep up with your market. The next option, once you decide that you'd like to have an upgrade, at the bottom of dashboard, you're able to click, mine says recorded webinar because I already have the upgrade, but you're able to select if you are interested in doing it. On the top right-hand corner, if you need to contact Sean directly, you can click on support@agent3000.com, or you can email him. If you want to watch recordings, you're also able to go into recorded webinars. From here, you're able to look at website setup or automated CRM. Clicking on here will give you a live video of the information. Okay to advertise, we already went over in Agent 3000 Part 1. The next section is contacts. So I'm going to give contacts a little click and we're going to preview all contacts. From here, each of your contacts can be added in by clicking on Add New. Once you click on Add New, the system will ask you for their primary contact information. You can add in their title, first, last, middle, and suffix of their name. You can add in their primary phone number or phone numbers, emails, and internet links. Their main contact personal information can be added as well so that it can feed into your dashboard, like their birthday, their spouse's birthday, wedding anniversary, marital status, gender, income, religion, and if they would prefer, you send mail to their home or work address. Great way to help you keep up with that relationship. Moving on down, you're able to assign them to a contact group. Now, some of the contacts groups that I have are already here, but if you have an additional, you can either edit what's here, or you can add new. How to filter the individual. And immediately they'll be available. Here's my open house leads, and then here's my sphere of influence that I've changed. Contact source, where did this person come from? This is important to track so that you know what's working, whether it's a specific contact. So who is it? Was it a customer, a prospect? Was it personal? Was it from a business to business networking event? What kind of prospect is it? An agent, a buyer seller, an investor? Or do you want to come in and edit these? So you're able to edit, delete what you don't want, or you're able to add, clicking on the plus sign, and plug in any kind of contact source or specific prospect. Source, where did it come from? What kind of marketing are you doing to generate those leads? Was it Craigslist, Facebook, floor calls, for sale by owners? Was it a Google ad, a gym group, right? You can use what's available, or right next to that, there's a plus sign and you can update that. Is somebody referring people to you? You can add in that referral contact, or you can choose it from your contact list. Now, if part of that contact includes additional family members, a roommate, etc., you're able to add in that secondary contact information, their phone numbers, and more. And then you can finish this off by adding in their details of their home or their work so that you're able to get back to them, right? Whether you want to do mailers once a year, so you know, do I mail them at home or do I mail them at work? Back to contacts. Yes, Alicia, you can create a website with Agent 3000. It's part of the upgrade. So now we're comfortable finding our contacts and where we can add a new contact. Once that contact is in place, you will also have additional options. The moment your contact becomes part of your resources, one of the options you can do is there's a drip email action plan option that you can click and assign them to a drip campaign. There's going to be two, a seller and a buyer. On mine, they're not here yet. Why? Because I want to do it with you. Next to that, you have a section that's called notes. So any notes that I have for a particular customer, I can write them in. Save and close. Any of my notes will be available. Any tasks that I have, I can create. So let's say I need a general task. The date will be on the 22nd at 9 a.m. And I can go ahead and put customer's first name. Added my task and I needed to either email me or text me. Since I don't have Twilio, I'm going to go ahead and email myself and save. So I can go ahead and make sure that I'm on top of everything. Another option, there's an IDX. So if you have a customer who has recently been added and you know this person is interested in previewing property, one of the options that you have is you can set that up for them. So most of my contacts do have an IDX assigned. So let me find one that doesn't. Do you guys know this guy? He's one of our trainers. I'm going to go ahead and click on his information, and I'm going to assign him an IDX search. You can do that by clicking on Create IDX Search on any of your contacts. From here, let me show you what they look like. They'll initially receive a welcome from you, letting the person know that, hey, I have a website. It is available for you to preview, and you have unlimited searches, unlimited listings. You can write me unlimited notes on my listings, and you'll receive automatic daily updates of your saved searches. Here's my website. I've created a username for you and a password. Any of the new listings that they'll receive every day, that follow-up email is going to look like this. It's going to say, hi, customer. Here's the latest listings in the MLS based on your search, Cape Coral 32, the properties that are available with my information at the bottom. If I want to set one up, I'm going to go ahead and click where it says click here. So here is the search name. So in my previous, I went ahead and I did one in Miami Springs. Let's go ahead and set another one up. So I'm going to do 33183, and we're looking for a 32. Okay. Kendall. Email address of that customer is already assigned to the system. I can give them a password, something simple. What is their time frame? I'm going to say that they're looking to purchase in the next 6 months. Bedrooms, we're looking for 3. Bathrooms, we're looking for 2. If there is a minimum and a maximum price, I can add it here. Let's say maximum price, 750,000. We can do size. You've got square feet, year built, golf, pool, foreclosure, short sale, acreage, pets. I'm going to say yes. Parking, we need at least 2 spaces. Waterfront, senior living, I'm going to put no. Stories, community, subdivision. So if they're in a particular community or subdivision that they would like, you can add it in. Additional cities, you can pop that. Let's do Kendall. Since I did the city, I won't do the zip code, but you can add those in as well. Property type. So for property type, I'm looking for residential. Let me uncheck business. From here, I'm looking for single family. So I'm going to scroll through here until I find single. Uncheck apartment, and then active, and then save search. And my IDX has been created. I'm going to click on close, and he will start receiving those from me. So I went into my contacts, clicking on all contacts. And so far, we know how to add a new contact, how to open one up, how to assign a note, a task, an IDX, a group, let's move into the following tasks. So you can do all of these tasks from the all group or all contacts, but he's broken it down further. So if you'd like, instead of going into all contacts, you can go directly to create a new contact. So you can add one in contacts. You can pop in the information. You can go directly into your tasks. So any of the tasks that you have initially added in, you can view them from here. You can see all of the ones that you've completed, anything upcoming, or all of them. So we've got all completed, upcoming, right, are all incompleted. Perfect. To mark them as completed, there's a section that says mark complete, right, of anything that you've already done that you needed to do. All contact notes. So I did show you how to assign a note to a contact, but if you'd like, you can keep up with all of your notes here. You'll have the contact person, right? The phone, the email, and the follow-up. When you last updated it and when you created it. So you can either create a new contact, assign someone, new note, And anytime you have a new contact, it'll fish into that person, or you can continue to edit the same one and just kind of add them all. And you can keep up with all of your notes. Moving down into birthdays, anniversaries. So they do say whenever you're working with a contact and you are attempting to contact your sphere of influence, everyone that you have contacted, you should write the note of the action and be sure to schedule back when they'll be hearing from you again, right? So that you have continuous work to be doing with the individuals that you're contacting. Birthdays and anniversaries feeds right directly from all contacts. So Vina does have a great question. If you already have that buyer receiving an MLS search, should you set up an IDX search for them? I wouldn't. I would pick. So your business decision is, do I want to do it through Matrix or do I want to do it through my CRM? I would not combine or do both. Manage groups. So when I click on manage groups, this is the ability for you to take that group and see how many contacts you've added in that lives under that group. Everyone should have an all group, which shows you that you can do a blast to all of your sphere. As I click on open house leads, this is brand new. So let's say I'm going to add this one, and this one are part of my open house leads. To confirm the change, I update the group. So I've added in 3 guests. So that you guys can see it from scratch, how do I add in a group? Clicking on add. You name it whatever you'd like. So I'm going to put new construction buyers. And then I'm going to save. And then from those customers, I'll go ahead and I'm going to uncheck and check out new construction buyers. Choose the individuals that are interested in new construction. So whenever I have a blast to make, those individuals receive my new construction emails. Okay. So those are your groups and how to manage them. Create labels. Now, creating labels is if you want to send out a mail out. In order for you to create mailers, you have to make sure that you select your Avery label that you're interested in, but that your contacts, so you can do your all group, which is going to be everyone, or you can choose, well, I just want to do a mailer to my open house leads. But in order for you to do this, when you added in that contact, they needed to have an address, whether it's home or work, so that you're able to create those labels. Contact referrals that are sent. Now, if you're interested in referring your team additional leads, so let's say you got the lead into your website, but you want to refer this person out, the system will track any of those referrals. Inside of all of the contacts that you have, you are able to select that contact. So on the right-hand side, I've selected that person. Oops, just one. And I can decide, okay, refer selected. And I want it to go to my team member. I'm going to add in her phone number and her email. Right? And then I can click on submit. So any of these that you are doing, if you're referring them out to your team, the system will track them. They're available under contacts, referrals, sent. Now, if anybody is sending you a lead, right, within your team, you can find those under contacts, referrals, received. Now, if you have a lot of contacts that you want to add in the system, you have import contacts. And he has assigned for you a choose file section, right? Where you're able to choose the CSV to add in that information. So for example, if I wanted to do this, let's pick a place. I can do it in Matrix. I can take my Matrix contacts. And let's say I'm going to select them all, and my idea is to export them. When I export them, they're going to come down as a matrix contact CSV form. So you can organize them however you'd like, but once I have it in a CSV, I can then upload any CSV into the system. So choose your CSV file. You go into recents, listing leads, open. So once the system has taken your CSV, your next option is you need to assign title, right, to that option. So for example, I don't have title here. So I'm going to do first to first, middle to middle, last to last, suffix, I don't have, phone number to phone number, house number is the phone number, that's work. I'm going to leave these blank. Is there an email? Email addresses, other email, owner 2 email addresses, birthday information, income, wedding, don't need, secondary contact information, add new. This is going to be my prospecting list. Save, contact type. These are going to be a prospect type. I'm looking for, these are investors. My source is not here, so I'm going to add it. And this is from an IMAP search. And now here we have the address. So we're going to do house number. All right, work details I don't need, and then preview. Just make sure that everything that I needed is filling out the way that I needed to fill out. So we've got addresses. Perfect. And then once I know that that information is sorting the way that I need it to sort, then I can go ahead and upload. Save. All right, 119 contacts out of a total of 120, close. And that way, if I need to do an email blast to them, or I need to communicate with them, or I need to send them out a mailer, they're all in my system, ready to go in my contacts. So that's how you import, export. Export is export data range. So you can either do all of your contacts at once, or you can choose a specific time frame. So this month, last month, this year, so that you are able to download that information out. All right, now that we're comfortable with what you can do in your contacts, let's go ahead and keep going. We're going to move on into leads. Inside of leads, we did talk in detail about where you can find these leads, how you can receive the notifications, but he's also gone ahead and he's broken down each category. So if you wanted to see specifically what are your IDX leads, you can click on there, and if you've received any, you'll have access. So you're able to see who that contact was, their contact information, their email, when's the last time that they previewed, right? Their registered date, their last listing that they viewed, and the number of listings that they saw. You can click, and you'll have access to everything that they looked at. All right. If they've created a search, you'll have access to that search. And then this here is any of the saved listings that they may have created. So you can break that down into each type of lead that comes in. All right, emails. Emails is your CRM portion. So far leads came in with your website. Emails are the ability for you to set this up so that you can use this system as a CRM. There is an email setting that's really important that you have to do. And in this option, let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. You are able to sync Agent 3000 with your Gmail. Now, the benefit of that is if you are doing a mail out, instead of it coming from a system like Agent 3000 or MailChimp, it is coming directly from your email. So it makes it much better for those customers because they're most likely going to receive the email because it's not coming from an outside source. It's coming from an email that they already recognize. It's coming from yours. So from here, it just says that you need to tie the two systems together. There is a click here to watch this how-to video, and you're able to go ahead and get started on your Gmail. This is the most popular. So it tells you step 1, click here to go to your Google account. It'll immediately open up your Google account for you. Then it says, note, if you have more than one account, just make sure that you are on the account that you'd like to use for Agent 3000. Your next step is you need to find the security side, which is typically on the left-hand side of your Google. So we'd click on security. Once you click on security, you go back into Agent 3000 and it says, make sure that you have a 2-step authorization set up on your account. So I'm going to check, and I do have a 2-step authorization that has been added into my system. If you do not, then you'd have to set that up here. It'll tell you how. The last step is to click on this link, and this is going to take you directly into Agent 3000. Well, take you into Google, and it'll allow you for you to set this up. Typically, you're going to click on continue. You could use your passcode, right? Or your password. I'm going to say try another way and just enter my passcode. I'm going to enter that in, clicking on next. There is a step here where it's going to ask you to create a new app. So typically that'll tell you as the next step. It says at the bottom, select the app or choose other and type in Agent 3000. When you type in Agent 3000 as I did, so I just did it this morning, and click on create, it'll give you a digit code and it's pretty long. And that's what you add in here and click verify and save. These are the steps to tie in Agent 3000 with your Gmail. Is there a way to obtain leads from customers living overseas, people that have properties in Miami, living outside of the United States? So how do you obtain leads? The idea of obtaining leads is that they would have to contact you. So you would have to put something in place for them to know that you exist, Alicia, whether it's going to be a digital ad that you create, or maybe you can take an agent, not an Agent 3000, but take an IMAP class, because they do talk about how you find consumers who've already purchased in the United States. So maybe you're looking for people who've already purchased in downtown and you'd like to contact them for additional, maybe they want to purchase a new listing that you have. I'm not sure what your prospecting plan is, but a digital ad could work. A class like IMAP to find the lead could work. There's some paid advertisement that you could do, but Agent 3000 is a website that allows you to capture leads if they go to your website. There's an additional step in having to market yourself to obtain those leads. But I would there's 2 classes you may like, IMAP, I'm going to put it in here, or Remind. Take those 2. You've got some great tips in those classes. So once you've tied in Agent 3000 with your Gmail, you're ready to start mailing out to them. And they have a few different mail outs that you could do. So they have market trend campaigns, drip email campaigns, video emails that you could do, video template designers. You can then launch an email blast or create email lists. So these are amazing. I only have an hour with you. This is typically a 2-hour class. So I'm going to kind of cover my favorite emails that you could do. My favorite emails happen to be email listing templates. So I'm going to click on here, and these are some of the ones that you can create. Single property. This is available if you want to highlight a single property to your contacts. So for example, I'm going to open up my Matrix platform so I can find a listing. And I'm going to use my market watch. So I'm going to customize this. I'm looking in the area of 33183. I'm going to save. So any new single family condos that have hit the market in the last 7 days will be available here. This is what's new on the market. There's 7. Here, let's take a look at this one. All right, let's say I'm going to highlight this property. All I would need is the MLS number. Right, if I want to blast, you could do your own listing, of course. We're going to give it a name, but I'm going to start with my MLS. Accept my terms. I'm going to choose an image. And I'm going to say Kendall Pool House. New on the market. Add the company logo on the top of the email. Short listing title. So I'm just going to do the same, Kendall Pool House. New on the market. Here are the remarks. I've chosen my photo. Here's a property link. Here's another link. So if anybody clicks on it, they can see similar properties. But I'm going to go ahead and create the email. Close. I have too many templates. Let's delete one. I can only have at a time 10 templates. All right. Create email. I've saved it. Here's my Kindle view. And this is an email that I can send out and I can blast to all my customers. It's branded to me. It looks really good. It's a great way for me to keep up with my sphere of influence. Okay. So that's option one email. Let's say I wanted to do 1 or more properties. Let's click on here. I'm going to call this, let me see, price drop. Price drops, price drop in Kendall. I'm going to go back into my matrix. I'm working my market watch, and I'm going to look for price decrease. Here's some condos. So I'm going to go back and we're going to call it condos in Kendall. Condo prices in Kendall are dropping. And then here I can add in my MLS numbers. So let's say I'm going to do this one. Let's take a peek. That looks good. Let's take a peek at this one. Let's take a peek at this one. Okay. Let's take a peek at that one. Okay. So I'll take this one. Go into Agent 3000. Give it a moment. I'm going to go into the third one. Okay. And then I'll go into my last one over here. Give that a second. I can add as many as I'd like. Email message optional. And I'm going to create the email. Close. And I have another idea, which is my condo prices in Kendall. They're dropping. And you can take a look at what that looks like. So here you have another option so that you can be that agent that also is able to send out, right, email to property, to agents of property. Kind of like I'm sure you guys have seen in your own email addresses or your own email boxes. Do you like this? Let's move into the option that says market snapshot. Let's take a look at that one. So from here, let's take a look at what the sample email looks like. So I'm going to click on here. And this is what this one looks like. New listings in 33913. It gives all of the listings. And then you also have some really great statistics on them. So what are the total active listings, sold, median list price, median sold price, days on market, and months of inventory. Amazing to be able to follow up with your customers once a month. For those of you who are working with individuals that are maybe still in the process of collecting maybe a down payment or fixing their credit, excellent. Or maybe once every 6 months for owners, right? So that they can see the market activity happening around their home and those statistics. So let's do market trends. Is there a zip code you guys are interested in? If there is, let me know. I'll check the chat. I don't see any options. So I'll put 33158. And then I'm going to add the zip code again here because I gave it the name. Now it says required a city or required a zip code. So I'll do 33158. Give that a second. Now, are you interested in residential or let's see what we got here. Do you want condos? So we've got residential and we've got all of the property types. Here's residential. And then we can add in a minimum price or a maximum price. So let's do a minimum of 300,000 just to get maybe the rentals out. And then let's create the email. We have created it. Rolling on down. Market trends, view. This is the HTML. And then here is the email. And it looks great. I love these. I think they look amazing. Copy HTML or and then any of these emails that you like, once you've made them, you can jump back into email. Email template designer. Command V, which is paste. So I went ahead and I pasted it in. It's ready to go. Enter the name of your template. Market trends. 33158. Enter the subject here. I'll do the same thing. I got my email. It's looking awesome. I can send myself a test. And I can also save my template. Close. All right, so as you create, you'll have them available for you to use. Now, once I've made it, so I've made them inside of my email. I'll go over that one more time. I made them in my email listing templates. My favorite, I did them all, but market snapshot is what I did. I scrolled down and I copied, right? View HTML. And at the bottom of that screen, I copied it. Copy HTML. And then I closed it. So once I made that template, which looked really good, I went back into email. And I went into email template designer and I simply pasted. Once I pasted, gave it a name, gave it a subject, and pasted it, I saved the template and it's available here as my market trend. Once I made it, then I'm ready to launch it. Launch email blast. From here, enter the name. These are my market trends. My template is there. When do I want to launch it? The 20th. Who do I want that to go to? Buyers, my all group. Launch email blast. And I sent it. So you can create any type of email that you like. Another option is inside of email, you could do those drip emails. From here, you can click new drip email. And I want generate buyer. So I'm going to call this my general buyer template. Save. And it made it for me. If I wanted to customize them, I can add a new action plan. I can reorder them if I want to. I can edit them if I want to. Edit. So you have a nice, nice email that's made for you. You can come back in, reread it, edit it, add a photo if you'd like. But these are ready to go. So I'm going to click on back and I'll do it one more time. Add, new drip. And now I want general buyers here. These are for emails only, but he has created one if I'm interested in the Twilio. This is going to be my text buyer campaign. If I want to make that purchase, save. And they're done. So how do I launch these? Well, any contact that you have, all contacts, you can assign them. Oh, these are one of the ones that I did today. You can assign them general buyer template and they're ready to go. Any of the contacts you add. You can put them with a drip campaign. All right. So that is your emails, your email listing templates. We've got Eve, brand market new, realty business card, open houses, net sheets. This is all part of part 1 and part 2. We've got your calendar. So any event that you'd like to add to the system, you can simply by clicking on the day. So click, and you can add, well, which contact is it assigned to? What kind of color? So let's say green are my listings. Right? It's going to be from 9 to 10. No. We'll do from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Alert, sure. Let me know 2 hours. Listing appointment, the address, and then save. Okay, so you can keep up with what your tasks look like. Now, how do you manage the website? There's a section called website. And here we have a setup website section. And this is your ability to customize your website. So for example, this is an example of mine. You see all this in black. They have my logo, a big picture. They're able to search my website. I have added additional pages. I have added my home guides. I've created a blog with Eve on my website. I've assigned all of my social media. My property search is set up for my area of interest, which is Pinecrest residential status map. Status active, I have set up a minimum of 500,000 and they're able to start searching here. Now, if they want to, they can always pick a different location, right? I don't want Pinecrest. I want Miami Beach, and they can start applying that and searching however they'd like. They also have the option of looking at it as a list, looking at it as a grid, or looking at it on the map. I wanted a combination of map and properties. So all of this is customizable under the website section. So from here, I'm able to put my name. So my website, I don't have a domain. I took the free website for now, which is a listing spy website, and that's what that's called. The next section is your template. So they recommend template 4 or template 5. So template 4 is a full screen background like mine. Template 4 is the same as template 3. So it is a large property search, but it does provide, or it is available for mobile devices as well. What is part of template 3? It's you can add a video on your homepage, content block on the homepage, but it does have the old IDX search, which is kind of not recommended. So my favorite is probably 5. Now the color I typically use is black, but I'm going to change it to pink so it's easy for you guys to see. And then I have the city of Miami, but I'm going to switch my image so you can see how I've changed it. So let's do, I guess let's do this little beach area. And then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select, but you can upload your own image. And then I'm going to scroll. And this is my default page title with the description and keywords assigned. So for example, if I were to look up on Google my website for my information, let's say I'm looking up Christy Denny's. This is my listing spy. So you're naming this. You're also naming this, right? So it's like a short description of what you're creating so that then the person knows, do I want to click on this or not? So you want to add in that default name, whatever it is that you'd like, your meta description so people know what they're about to click on, and then keywords so people can find you. So I did Christy Denny's, so I immediately popped up. So these are keywords that somebody can type in so that you're able to, they're able to find you. Google Analytics. Take the time to do this. It's free. It's www.google.com/analytics. And you want to get started today. Moving on down, these are IDX captures. So you're basically letting the system know how many times can a person search before the system requests their information. It says to put 0 to 5. For me, I'm just going to put 60. I figured the more you're on my website, the better you'll communicate with me eventually. And then from here, anybody who is interested in a property search, I can click to generate a buyer template, which we did today. And then if I wanted to automatically give them a response, then I'm able to choose from my list. So if you don't have anything here yet, which you probably won't, your steps are to move into automation and to move into your auto emails. And then you create. So you have 3 options. You have my property search, just curious. Are you an investor, a home buyer, or more properties than Zillow? So I'm going to do more properties than Zillow. This is typically what that message looks like. They'll receive it once they have initiated with you on your website. What is the positive for that? The positive is, let me click on save. And now it's available for you to use in your setup. Moving back into my website. So that once the person begins to create an account, they'll be able to receive that auto email. All right, so let's go ahead and make these changes again because I didn't save. What did I pick? Pink. I picked the beach. I picked select. I went through here. We talked about Google Analytics. I changed this to 60. I added them into a buyer template and they'll receive more properties than Zillow. No SMS yet. And then from here, I'm able to go ahead and set up my property website's information. So I did 500,000 Pinecrest. I'll go ahead and change this to 800,000. Well, let's do 8 million. And we'll just do all the city of Miami and see if there's anything. Map, I'm going to do instead grid. And then you can add in your mortgage. You can feature an MLS. So I'm going to delete that one, go into matrix. Single family. All right, I'll take one of these. And I can highlight a particular listing. So I've gone over slightly with you guys. My class is typically from 9:30 to 10:30. Here we can add in our social media, clicking on save. And then any of the changes that you do, click here to view your website, will populate. So for example, I changed the photo, I changed the links are different inside of my property search. I updated it to active. I went over, I'm up into anything over 8 million, and I've changed it into a grid view. So you can come in here and make as many changes as you like to Agent 3000. And the back end is pretty simple for you to do. You can have access to your content list, so you're able to publish, delete, or add new windows. And by new windows, I mean new titles, as well as new articles inside of your website. And you're able to do that from that section. You also have a how-to video. Underneath, you have that blog. So within that blog, you're able to add a new blog. You're able to give it a name, put it in. I recommend using Agent 3000. You can even create categories for it. Add in meta descriptive terms and meta keywords so people can find it. So if you want to do something that only about 8% of agents are doing, it's blogging. Slide stickers. So when it comes to slide stickers, this is if you use template 4 and you'd like that main image of your website to be able to slide, okay? Quick search links. So quick search links are your ability to create your own searches that are on your website. So as I scroll through here are my quick search links. Income producing, Coconut Grove, Coral Gables. Some of these he creates for you already, but you're also able to create your own. So for example, I have my foreclosure homes I made, luxury rentals that I pulled so that they can click and find that information. You can do this using the back end of your system by creating your own search. You give it a name, you choose your bedrooms, your baths, and your preferences, and then you submit them at the bottom. You can always edit whatever you create or delete something you'd want to remove. Featured listings, line 1. So here you can choose to either feature a specific city with a specific minimum price. You can go and feature specific MLS numbers or your office code, or just your own or your own team listings. That's going to populate on your website on that home page. Underneath the featured website, that featured listing that I did, these are your featured listings. So I did Miami properties and Broward properties. So you choose what you would like to feature. Market trends. So you're able to select the cities that you're interested in, and those cities will populate on your website all the way to the bottom where it says market trends. If anybody clicks on the graph, they'll be able to load that market trend information, which will allow them to see, well, how is that market performing? Here you go. The Aventura is one of the ones that I picked, and I was able to add your market-wide averages for Aventura, and then your market-wide median price point. It does price by month and year. Testimonials. If you want to add a specific testimonial to your page, you can click on New Testimonial, and you're able to add it in. Testimonials on your website are available on the home page. So past your initial comment searches, featured listings, you also have a section here, which are your testimonials. Moving down into the IDX embedded code. So IDX embedded code is the ability for you to be able to have an IDX. One of the most expensive things from a property website is IDX. The rest of it, landing tools, social media tools, are free features. The video tour is not a free feature, but you can click on it, and with an MLS number, you are able to pool a property, and you can create your own virtual tours. You have them typically available inside of the MLS, but you can do them here by securing, right, a photo on each one of the templates. And then you can either provide that tour and allow it to be branded or unbranded. If you want to put this on the MLS, it must be unbranded for you to be able to put it on the MLS. But for your own virtual tours, they are able to be branded to you. If you're going to put them on your website or on your YouTube channel or in your social media. You pick your audio and you create your video at the bottom, close, and that'll be available shortly. Within 10 to 20 minutes, you'll have a video only option, a branded video page, and an unbranded video page for you to use. With that, that is Agent 3000 Part 3, a combination of your website as well as your CRM options. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you for staying with me just a little longer. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. and the upgrade is $20. So $20 a month will incorporate the website as well as the CRM. Thank you for being with me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. It is a lovely, lovely day to be outside, and I'll see you guys soon.